welcome back to Geeks 40k channel. We are back at Warhammer World today for another Challenge the Geeks battle. This is our table for today. We have rolled on the Scouring, and it is a Dawn of War deployment. We have 6 objectives on the table, each of them worth a different value, which is hidden until they are revealed. So we have one objective in this building. This is my deployment zone. One in this building. One in the midfield by the wreckage of that tank there. One round behind that building there. One in this building, and then the last is just here in the midfield. HQ for today is a Space Marine captain. He is wearing the Tempered Helm, which is a relic from the Clan Rakan supplement, and he has a Combi Flamer and a Power Fist. First troops choice is a 5-man tactical squad. What you see is what you get. The sergeant has just got a bolt pistol, and there is a melter gun in that, and they are in a Razorback. Second troops choice, another 5-man squad, same loadout as the last one, melter gun in that squad in a Razorback. And the third squad, slight difference. Sergeant has actually got the power sword and bolt pistol. There's a melter gun, again in a Razorback. First elite choice today is a 5-man Stern Guard squad. Sergeant has Combi Melter and a Power Fist. There is also a Combi Grav and a Combi Plasma in that squad. Second elite choice is a Contemptor Dreadnought with 2 Carey's pattern assault cannons. The third elite choice is a 5-man Terminator squad. I use the Iron Hands Gorgons models, but I just use them as standard Marines. Standard Terminators. So they have all got Power Fists apart from the Sergeant, which will be this one. He has got the 40k pattern Stormbolter there, and he has got a Power Sword. Moving on to heavy support, I have a Land Raider, just stock, 250 points that one with the Twin Link Las. I have a Storm Raven with Twin Link Las and the Melters, and then I have a squad of Grav Centurions. So that is a combined arms detachment, Iron Hands Chapter Tactics. My Warlord rolled Flesh is Weak, which pluses 1 to his invulnerable save. So that is the army for today.
This is my Harlequin mask. I've got a Solitaire in front there. He's armed with Kegerax Rose and Haywire grenades. To his left-hand side, your right-hand side, is a Death Juster. He's armed with Haywire grenades. To the right of the Solitaire, your left, is Shadow Seer. He has the Mask of Sorrows and Haywire grenades. The unit next to them is part of my combined arms detachment of Eldar. It's my first unit of Rangers. I have 2 units of those in total. Next to them I have my first Harlequin troop. This unit contains a Troop Master with a Power Sword and Haywire grenades. I have 5 Harlequins Kisses. That's my second Ranger unit there. To the left we have a unit of Skyweaver jet bikes. They're armed with the standard Shuriken catapults. 2 of them have Star Bowlers and 1 of them has a Zephyr Glaive. Behind them, in front of the Volker tank, we have the troop that has my Warlord in. The Warlord is armed with a Harlequin's Kiss, and for Warlord trait I rolled Dance of Infinite Mirrors, which allows him and his unit to move 24 inches once in the game instead of moving. They will be transported in Falcon Grav Tank. I used spare points I had left over to give it Spirit Stones and Ghost Warp Matrix. To our left is a Void Weaver that is armed with the Prismatic Cannon. This unit here, unit of 6 Howling Banshees including Exarch. Exarch is armed with Mirror Swords. They'll be transported in this Star Weaver, which I bought as a fast attack choice in the mass detachment. This is the HQ for my Combined Arms Eldar Craft War detachment. It's Farseer Skyrunner. He's armed with a Singing Spear, and Spirit Stones of an Athlan. He's joining a unit of 3 Wind Rider jet bikes. They're armed with shuriken cannons, and they contain a Warlock Skyrunner. This is my final Harlequin troop, my Tank Busters. They're armed with 3 fusion pistols, Harlequin's Caress, and the Troop Master has a Harlequin's Embrace, and they are in a Star Weaver transport, dedicated transport. And this is the final part of my Craftwood detachment, a Viper jet bike with a Star Cannon.
Right, these are the Psychic Bowers for the Eldar. There's quite a few to run through, so I'm just going to hover over them and you can pause the video if that's what you want to do. These are for the Farseer, so he has the 4 powers. These are the 2 for the Warlock. And then we have 3 here, which are for the Shadow Seer. I have the Razorback with the Power Sword, Sergeant and Melter Gun on the right flank, with the Centurions just behind them grabbing a bit of cover. Contemptor Dreadnought is in the ruin there. The Land Raider has a squad of Stern Guard in. The Captain is also accompanying them. 5-man tactical squad in this Razorback, and another 5-man tactical squad in this Razorback. This is covering my left flank. The Terminators are deployed in the Storm Raven, which is obviously held in reserve at the moment. Round this side of the table, Steve has deployed heavily on the left-hand side. The white transporter there has the Banshees in. This one has what in? Sorry, Steve.
A Neuro Disruptor troop.
That's a troop with Neuron Disruptors. These aren't transports, are they? Again, I really know other people's armies. Some other Harlequin stuff. I'll just zoom in on these because Steve has done a fantastic job on the painting here. He's actually free-handed little snowflakes on the front of those. Absolutely gorgeous. There'll be some pictures on our Facebook page if you want to go and check those out in more detail. We have the horrible Solitaire just hiding behind the building here, right in the middle of the field. Jet bikes, Farseer and a Warlock. Falcon. I know some Eldar units, check me out. This is another troop of Harlequins. I think there's the Death Jester and the Shadow Seer in there. There's some Rangers, they've infiltrated up behind this building, and we have another squad of infiltrating Rangers in this building. We've revealed the objectives. It looks like a lot of the larger points are actually in the middle of the table, so this could get quite bloody in the middle. So we've got a 2-point here. We have a 3-point on this, a 4-point on this flank. There is 1 point in my deployment zone. Of course it would be. I have actually got the 3-point in here though, so that was quite lucky. Another 3-point just at the foot of this building, and then the 2-point there. So yeah, good spread of points all across the centre there. Okay, so that's it at the moment. Steve is going first, unless I can steal the initiative. Let me just try and grab a dice from somewhere. Okay, let's do a live seize here. Come on, 6. No, that is the complete opposite. Did not want that. The Banshees have moved up their 12 inches in this transport here, looking to head towards my Centurions and my tactical squad in that Razorback. The Harlequin troop, I think this is the anti-tank one, they've also moved up their full 12 inches there. They're supported by the Viper and this vehicle. These jet bikes all moved there. They're actually now sitting on that objective. So at the moment Steve has the 4-point and the 2-point in his control. The Solitaire is still hiding at the back of the building, not quite sure what he's doing there, but I'm sure Steve has some master plan. Might be something to do with his Warlord trait, which means that he can redeploy anywhere on the battlefield. So I think that might be happening. These jet bikes again moved up the full 12, very aggressive move there. Falcon just sitting behind this cover, probably got a shot at my Razorback and possibly my Land Raider. No, just the Razorbacks. Either one of those. I'll probably get a nice cover save, but yeah, they're there. Quite a bad move through cover, despite having moved through cover. Only rolled a 4, so just got onto the top of the building, and this Harlequin troop has just moved up with the Death Jester and the other HQs. So psychic ability was cast on the squad here by the Shadow Seer, Veil of Tears, meaning that I am going to struggle to shoot them. I have to roll 2d6 times 2, so to see if I can actually see them. But they ran anyway, so they're behind cover, and I can't do anything about that. The Falcon took a shot. I failed my cover save, took a hull point off, and is immobilised that Razorback. These guys were going to shoot at the Contemptor, then realised it's armour 13 at the front, so they couldn't do anything. So they have just used their jet bike move to hide away in cover. This tank here took a pot shot at the Contemptor Dreadnought with guide, rolled a 2 and then followed it up with a 1, so missed everything, so well done to that guy. A bit better over this side though, because this guy with his shuriken cannon shot into the Razorback and rolled 3 5s to penetrate. So yeah, that's dead, and that is first blood for the Eldar. So my tactical squad that was in this Razorback, which is now immobilised, have got out. I rolled a 6 for the move through cover, so 3 of them are there just with towing cover, and 2 on the top floor there. This Razorback has moved up its 6 inches, trying to head towards this big cluster of units here. And the Land Raider has also moved up its 6 inches, avoiding the difficult terrain, so he's not immobilised. Rolled a 4 for move through cover for my Contemptor, so he is still in the cover, but he's just got some line of fire on these bikes over here and bikes over here. The guys that were in the Razorback that went pop have got out and are now at the back of this building. Centurions have moved up 6 inches. Hopefully immobilise that. I don't want Banshees right in my face next turn. The combined firepower of the Razorback and this squad here shot into the Scouts, but because they are in ruins, they have a 2-up cover save, so despite pumping out probably, I think it was about 6 wounds on them, saved them all. Similar story over here, the Razorback shot at those guys and they saved it all. The Land Raider, however, shot at this nasty little thing here and missed with the las cannons, and then snap fired the heavy bolter, hit twice but then bounced off its armour. So nice one, Land Raider. At least it didn't immobilise itself, I guess. The Contemptor Dreadnought shot into the jet bikes that were there, managed to kill one of them despite them popping their Mirage shield. They actually broke and they ran 8 inches, which was the maximum that they could move without actually being off the board. So A little bit lucky there, but hey, that's what the game does. Centurions shot this transport again, popped the mirage shields, but just the weight of fire brought that down, so immobilised it. The squad behind the Centurions then took some pot shots at the Banshees coming out, managed to wound one, but that was saved. So could have been a little bit better, but not terrible. Probably going to have some Banshees up at the Centurions next turn, which is not great, but I'm going to have to deal with that. Right, so Steve has moved everything up really aggressively. Jet bikes have swung round, looking to take this flank. This nasty tank busting unit has just stayed put. He's got a nice line to the Land Raider, and that is a lance weapon on there. Solitaire is still at the back. There's obviously some cunning plan that's going to happen sometime. These guys have rallied and just consolidated. The Falcon has moved out of the cover to get a better line of fire, probably on the side of the Land Raider. That's what I would do. But over here, this is where it gets interesting. Banshees have ran up. Harlequins, I've been reliably informed, can actually run and charge in the same phase. So, bye-bye Centurions. I always do this with my Centurions. I haven't learnt yet. Hold them back. Don't get charged in turn 2. Okay, so everything in this building has just ran. Didn't really have any shots. The Falcon shot into and destroyed my Razorback. The guys inside were not pinned, and they are just behind. The Rangers here shot into the tactical squad there, killed the Melter guy and one other guy, and they broke and ran 6 inches, so I am 1 inch away from the table edge. My Marines always seem to take poor morale checks against Eldar for some reason. We're not scared. Promise you're not scared. I am a little bit, but the epic gunner on this guy managed to miss the Land Raider again, so that was good. These guys, basically everything on this side was there to get rid of the Centurions. Now Steve managed to kill 2 of the Centurions with the front squad, which meant that nobody else was either in range or had proper line of sight to the guy that was left. So he just ran his Banshees up here, try and make it awkward for me to kill them. However, my Centurion then broke and ran to here. So, yeah, he's pretty free next turn after his consolidating move. So these 2 jet bikes have just done their assault move to get behind that cover there. And these jet bikes are behind that cover. Because my Centurions bravely ran away, with their tactical withdrawal, that meant the Harlequins couldn't actually see him, just even if the smoke wasn't there. You can't see him, so can't assault them, and also I think they were probably out of range anyway. So yeah, brilliant tactical withdrawal by my Centurion there, exactly how I planned it. The tactical squad that was at the base of that building has just moved up into cover, trying to secure that objective. I think I'm sitting on it at the moment. Just pivoted with the Land Raider, power the machine spirit over there, and then shoot that with the other one, hopefully. Flyer has come on, it's got the Terminators in, looking to help cover this flank, hopefully pop a few vehicles. The Contemptor has moved through the ruins, has got a line of sight to those Harlequins there. The Warlord is in that squad too. And my Centurion has rallied and is in rapid fire range of the Warlord as well. So it's going to pump some grav and some hurricane bolters into those guys. So hopefully might actually kill some more things this turn. The Razorback again. Shot into this squad, that's all he can shoot at. He's immobilised. 2 up cover save, saved all them. Same with these guys, they shot that same squad and these guys, and yeah, just tanks everything on a 2 up cover save. So they are the most resilient scouts in the world. The Land Raider used Power of the Machine Spirit, shot into that, hit it, penetrated it, but he managed to jink it. The other guns at the front shot into this vehicle and immobilised it, taken off 1 hull point. The Storm Raven shot into that as well, but everything was either sort of jinked or missed. The Contemptor Dreadnought, a bit more success there. Absolutely annihilated this squad. Loads of Lookout Sirs saved the Warlord there, but he is on 1 wound, so he is going down. And that was the combined fire of the Centurion and the Contemptor Dreadnought. The Viper has redeployed. Everything is kind of gone from this flank into the centre now. This is immobilised, so it's just sat there, so hopefully I might be able to pop that next turn. Not that it's been doing anything, because Steve has been managing to miss absolutely everything there. The jet bikes, the other transport, have come up. They're looking at the Contemptor. I think they want to kill that. The Banshees have moved round. Don't know where they're going to go. They might be going over here. There are troops in that building, or they might be going for the Centurion. These jet bikes have just shuffled around this side. The Falcon has done a power slide. The tank busters have got out. I kind of forgot they were in there. So the melter pistols, Land Raider, boom. The Solitaire and his posse are actually on the ground floor. And the Rangers have stayed put. So everything on this flank really wanted to kill the Contemptor. It was doomed in the psychic phase and it died. It actually died very, very quickly. It was only this unit and this unit that managed to kill it. So yeah, that's meant that everything else here was pretty much left out in the open. I think he was hoping that he might get some charges off there. Sneaky little snapshots up from Shuriken cannons here. Needed a 6 to hit, got it, and needed a 6 to glance and got it. So hull point off there. The squad in the building there got shot at by these snipers and these snipers, and I lost 1 guy. They are not pinned. And these were actually just a fraction out of melter range, so all of their melter shots bounced off. Okay, so just a couple of assault moves. These guys have moved just from there, trying to box in the Land Raider. They might be getting tank shock next turn. And these guys here have just shuffled forward a little bit, but that's it. Right, okay, so the 3 guys that were here got a 6-inch move through cover, so they are now sitting here, and the guys that were there have moved up 3 inches, and they are now sitting and holding that objective. The tactical squad that was here has moved up and again holding this objective. The Centurion has moved into the centre of the building, so I can get some shots hopefully at these Banshees or anything else. Yeah, the Land Raider tank shocked the bikes. They've moved out the way. My stern guard and my captain has got out, got some flamers, got some plasmas, and got some combi grav in there. So hopefully I might be able to deal with that squad quite easily, he says. So that probably won't happen. Storm Raven, I could have dropped it into hover mode, but then it would have got annihilated, so I decided just to fly it off the table so I can reposition next turn. Slightly more successful than it has been on this side. The Razorback and the tactical squads in this building actually shot into these 2 units. I killed 2 of the scouts and I killed 2 of the Harlequins, so that was quite good. the Land Raider over here managed to pop that vehicle and weapon destroyed that one, so that's now down to 1 hull point. My stern guard, I popped the combi flamer on the captain and roasted some of these guys, and then just shot bolters into the rest there, so they're going to get charged. This squad and the Centurion could just about see a couple of the Banshees that were here, managed to kill those there. So that was it for my shooting. Not too bad, quite happy with that actually. So on to assault. Yeah, I'm actually going to have an assault phase, so let's see how these guys do against these guys. Okay, so this assault went quite well for me. The Stern Guard squad and the captain charged in. I took 1 casualty to Overwatch. I challenged the Farseer. He accepted because I've got 2 power fists in the squad, so there was no avoiding it really. So his Farseer took a power fist to the face and a wound carried over to a normal biker. And then the rest of the squad took out all but 1, who then failed his morale. And I actually managed to run him down, rolled a 6. So I've consolidated 6 inches, I've ran in through this door, and they are currently taking some cover in this building. This transport with his gunshot off has moved to hold that objective. He's just on 1 hull point, so I need to kill that, otherwise he's going to get 4 points there. He's also got the backup from the Viper, so I definitely need to deal with those 2 in the next turn. The Banshees have shuffled around into the building. They're probably going to be looking at taking on these guys or maybe the Centurion, as are these jet bikes. These Harlequins with the melter pistols are all now looking at the back of my Land Raider, so that might not be there at the end of this turn. I hope it is, because I need it, but yeah, it is what it is. Falcon has moved up. He's got quite a few targets here. Land Raider, troops in there, whatever he decides to go for. These guys have stayed put. The troop and the HQ, which were all in that building, have run out. They are looking to head towards my Stern Guard, and the Solitaire for the first time has actually moved. So I think I need to be scared now because he's doing something. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so that got a little bit interesting there. These guys shot into the squad there and took out 1. The Rangers on this building shot into the guys on top of there and took out 1. The Falcon there managed to finally pop that last Razorback. Got a little bit interesting down here though, because this squad shot everything they had. They had like some vortex grenades in the psychic phase, lots of shots from the Reaper and everything. Killed, I think it was 2 or 3 of my Stern Guard. They were then forced to take a break check at -4, and Steve can then decide what direction they fall back in. So they fell back 7 inches there, so they are out in the open and about to get charged. So could be nasty for them. One thing we didn't mention in the movement phase is his Warlord used his Warlord trait, so he teleported back here to deny me slay the Warlord. My Land Raider got shot up by the melters. Only 1 managed to get through the armour or hit, but it did manage to immobilise it, so that was slightly irritating, but he's in a fairly decent position. These guys fired their bolus into the Grav Centurion and all their shuriken and managed to just take off 1 wound, so he is still hanging in there. Nothing else. This guy was not in line of sight of that squad, so they couldn't do anything there. And this fired up into that squad, but managed to get the cover save there. So it's on to Eldar Assault, but obviously in this position Steve has decided he doesn't want to do his assault, so on to my turn. No, obviously I'm I'm joking. So yeah, on to Eldar Assault. Okay, so we've just had some assault moves around here, and yeah, nothing else has happened. Oh wait, no, yeah, this happened. Yeah, my captain survived somehow. He accepted the challenge from the Solitaire. The Solitaire managed to hit him with a baguette a couple of times, but he tanked absolutely everything. Then the two remaining guys did well to soak up pretty much every single other attack. One went through onto the captain. He didn't bust his morale, so he is stuck in combat there. He rolled a double 1. However, the Solitaire did hit and run, so no doubt he's going to come back into that and have a go at me again. Okay, so we've had the shortest movement in history. The Centurion shuffled 2 inches forward. These guys over here got a 5-inch move from cover, so they are now in rapid fire with those guys. Need to clear them off the objective. This is immobilised. That is a locked-in combat there, and my Storm Raven came back on and need to kill both of those things in this shooting phase. Otherwise, I'm probably going to lose the battle because that is a 4-point objective. The 2 tactical marines left in this squad fired across at the Rangers, caused 2 wounds, but cover saved them. The 3 guys on the top, melter gun shot down, forced it to jink, but did not penetrate. The Land Raider killed the 2 jet bikes that were here, the Harlequin ones, and Power of the Machine Spirit shot into this, penetrated but he jinked. The Storm Raven also shot at this with its melter, using Power of the Machine Spirit, but he jinked it. The las cannons shot at the Viper and killed that. So that is it for shooting. It's just on to close combat now. See if I can get my heroic captain over here to survive again. It's looking highly unlikely. Might just take him straight off, but no, let's see what happens in the combat. The Banshees here, the Exarch declared a challenge, but then managed to miss or fail to wound my Sergeant. My Sergeant has got a power sword there, so killed the Exarch. The remaining Banshee then did nothing in response and lost the combat by 1, ran, and is now running like a little girl away from my 3 heroes of the Imperium there. Speaking of heroes of the Imperium, my captain is still alive. He didn't take any damage. Managed to squash 1 Harlequin. They have, however, hit and run. The Harlequins and the command squad moved into the building. The Solitaire declared a blitz move and has ran right next to my captain. So although he was a hero last turn, I think he's going to fall this turn. This troop with all the melters, again, harassing my immobilised Land Raider. Not much I can do about that. The lone Banshee failed her leadership again, and she's run another 6 inches. And the Falcon is now zipped across, holding the middle of the table. He is jinking with that, so I'm guessing there will be some snapfire coming up at that. The melters on these guys, again, have been ineffective, bounced off the armour of the Land Raider. The Falcon shot into the last remaining Centurion and killed him. The transport here snap-fired up, but bounced off the armour there. And the scouts, this scout squad took 1 of these guys, and this scout squad took one of these guys. So that is all the shooting. It is now on to the assault phase. Can my captain make a heroic last stand? The Land Raider has somehow survived all the assaults of this Harlequin troop here and could not destroy it. Speaking of things that cannot be destroyed, my captain in the middle of that ruck there, he is still alive. He's managed to tank numerous instant death attacks on his Iron Halo. He has survived just millions of normal attacks, and he is still in there. Not only that, he won the combat. He killed another Harlequin, so he is hanging in there. How long can this guy survive? The two tactical marines that were in this building have jumped down and have ran. Hopefully I might be able to charge those and contest that objective. We're getting towards the end game now. My Terminators have jumped out of the Storm Raven. They are looking at charging one of these three units here. The Storm Raven in hover mode has scooted back 6 inches and is now contesting that objective there, but could kill that and hold it. So it's all down to this shooting phase. Let's see what happens. So the Storm Raven has opened up absolutely everything at this. Hit it, penetrated it with everything it had, but Steve has managed to jink absolutely everything. So the Land Raider then had to shoot at it as well. Jinked, survived all of those shots. The Land Raider with Power of the Machine Spirit shot at this, and that jinked as well and survived that. The boys down here shot some bolters, some bolt pistols into that squad. They managed to save everything. Nothing else was in range. So my Terminators have charged into the Falcon and destroyed it. And over here, the captain somehow still lives, tanking instant death shots on his Iron Halo, tanking every other shot on his Artificer armor or Feel No Pain. He is still alive. Steve has hit and run. He is sitting on that objective, but I am contesting it. So that is it. We have rolled up, and that is the end of the game at turn 5. We have just totaled up the points. I have a 3-point objective here, a 1-point objective here, and I am not scoring anything else, no Linebreaker or anything. Steve has a 2-point objective here, and he has First Blood. So that is 3 points. Now, because Steve did not manage to kill my captain, he is contesting that objective, which has handed me the win. So I have won despite the odds. It looked like I was going to get absolutely annihilated there, but that is it. The battle is over. It was a great battle. Really enjoyed playing Steve. It's a great army, absolutely beautiful on table, but that is it. So that is a 4-3 point victory to the Space Marines. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. And remember to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And we'll see you in the next one.